our top 4 smartphones. Stay tuned to check it out. Sup guys, it's Apps on Fire here with another video, and today we have something special because I am doing a collab video with EverythingTechnology. It's finally here. I know I've said it a couple times before, but now we're actually doing it, and we're going to be doing our top 4 smartphones. So I'm going to be doing my top 2, and then later on he's going to do his top 2, and so check him out later in the video. But for now, here's my top 2 smartphones. So obviously for my first choice I would have to choose the Samsung Galaxy S5 because they are the leading company for Android phones right now, and they always deliver us with premium specs and premium design. So of course I had to choose the Samsung Galaxy S5 on this one. So just let me give you a quick rundown of the specs real quick. It has a 2.5 GHz quad-core processor, 5.1 Super AMOLED display with 432 ppi. It's running Android 4.4.2 KitKat, which is the latest version. Has 2 gigs of RAM. It has a storage capacity of 16 gigabytes or a 32 gigabyte version. But with a micro SD card slot, you could go up to 128 gigabytes. And it has NFC, Bluetooth 4.0, USB 3.0, and it has a 2800 milliamp battery. And its camera is 16 megapixel for the back and 2 megapixels for the front. So, of course, with these specs, you could tell that they are one of the top specs of any Android phone right now, and that's what you can expect from Samsung. They will always give you the top specifications for their phones every single year. So that's why I chose this phone. Major props to Samsung for always delivering us one of the best and anticipated smartphones every single year. So now let's move on to my second. So for my second choice, I had to give it to the HTC One M8 because mainly of its design. Its design is really why you would want to buy this phone. It has a sleek aluminum body design, and it's really appealing to the eye. So major props to HTC for always delivering that really great design and also offering one of the best specs out there in a phone. So let me run down the specs real quick with you guys. It's running a 5.0 inch 1080p display with 441 ppi. It has a back-facing camera of 4 megapixels and a front-facing camera of 5 megapixels. And it's running a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 801 processor. It has 16 gigabytes built-in storage with micro SD expansion up to 128 gigabytes. Its battery is a 2600 milliamp battery, and yeah, you can see that this phone is one of the top specs out there in a phone, but not really beating the Samsung Galaxy S5, but remaining one of the best spec phone out there. And yeah guys, this was my top 2 smartphones, and let's take a look at EverythingTechnology's top 2.
That I picked was a OnePlus One, and the reason I picked this phone was because of its features, its specs, its operating system, and its surprisingly good price point. The phone runs a custom version of Signage and Mod, and at the same time, Signage and Mod is a custom version of stock Android. Some new features that Signage and Mod 11S has to offer is a new redesigned gallery app and camera app, and a new theme engine. The new camera interface no longer looks like something that was potentially tagged together from other pieces, and instead it looks like it was designed with usability and functionality in the mind. The gallery app will put photos front and center, grouping them by location and time into appropriate album and support of social media. Finally, the themes engine has completely been rewritten, with 5 months of design work going into this project. In addition to being the default operating system of the OnePlus One, Signage and Mod 11S will also be available for other devices that are right now running Signage Mod 11. Although we're not sure when it will happen. Some features that the OnePlus One had to offer was wake-up gestures, was the ability to, when your screen is on sleep mode, you could be able to draw like a certain shape or something just to launch an app and perform different types of tasks. Another feature was a screencast app. It pretty much allows you to record what's on your screen without having to root your device. Also, changing from on-screen and off-screen buttons. The last feature is voice gestures, which allows you to wake up your device when it's on sleep mode by saying a certain phrase, which will open Google Now and you could ask it a certain question that you want. The phone has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801, which is clocked at 2.5 GHz quad core, with an Adreno 330 GPU. The phone's back-facing camera is 13 megapixels with autofocus and dual LED flash. The phone's back-facing camera also records in 4K with 30 frames per second and in 1080p with 60 frames per second and in slow motion with 120 frames per second at 720p. And it also has optical image stabilization. The phone's front-facing camera is 5 megapixels with 1080p recording. The phone comes with two different variants. One is 16 gigabytes and the other one is 64 gigabytes. The 16 gigs comes in silk white with starting point of 300, and the 64 comes with sandstone black with the starting point of 350. And this is not on contract, this is off contract, and that's why I said it has a surprisingly good price point. That's pretty much it for the OnePlus One. The OnePlus One has top-notch specs and it's still able to maintain its price point. I really think this will not be for the average consumer, but it'll be more for the tech people. The next phone I picked was the Moto X, and the reason I picked the Moto X is it proves phones don't have to have great specs to run very smoothly, and also it's very customizable. The reason I said why the phone is so customizable is the fact that you can customize the phone in different colors. You can customize the back of the phone, the volume rockers, you can customize how the phone boots up, you can even customize accessories for the phones like headphones to even their cases. So the phone is totally customizable. So if you do like a customized phone, you need to get this phone. The phone chipset is Qualcomm Snapdragon, which is clocked at 1.7 GHz dual-core processor. The phone also has an Adreno 330. The phone's back-facing camera is 10 megapixels with autofocus and LED flash. Some features that the back-facing camera has is geotagging, touch to focus, and face detection. It also records in 1080p at 30 frames per second and has stereo sound recording. On the other hand, the front-facing camera is 2 megapixels with 1080p recording. As you can see, this phone has mid-range specs, but surprisingly, it performs very smoothly, even compared to the Nexus 5. With this phone, Motorola was trying to target the average consumer. It doesn't have top-notch specs, but it performs very smoothly. So good job, Motorola. Yeah.